Let's see. Hello, hey everybody, social media family, and any visitors to that being on my own personal channel and on chat room. You know, whatsoever races. Then, unlike any visitors, my social media family cannot possibly be of whatever walks of life, factions, or society lifestyle preferences. Meaning that because of God, my own understanding tells us in the few real or true believers compared to how I still believe, and I'm sure that others would disagree with me compared to how there are still others that would tend to differ. That the majority of most churchgoers or whatsoever or whatever religious denominations are nothing but not just the worst of, but the worst sister closet devil worshippers of unsaved humans. Then anyway, though, getting back to some and such others, so I said to you all, my social media family and any visitors to my own personal channel and chat room, being on whatsoever races, though my social media family cannot be like the visitors of whatever walks of life, faction, society, and lifestyle preferences. But then, as any of my social media family, regardless any visitors may, but then if any of my social media family, may or could possibly be of whatsoever, whatever walks of life, I mean, that could possibly be right, makes a correction. But then, any social media family members, as well as any visitors to my own personal channel and chat room, could possibly be the old young like. But then, let me say the state for a record that they themselves could possibly be likewise males and females, representing not only the human species, but then the global community within this post 911 era of our new millennials, population day and age, where the doomsday clock is now at a couple few minutes to midnight compared on top formerly previously prior to the end, it was a quarter midnight for these rather biblical prophetic times. How are you all doing? Well, hopefully everyone is doing at least okay, if not better. Yet to be said, to be feeling all right, or not best of all to be said. To be feeling blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, or too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. You and yours, your family, friend, hopefully me and mine likewise as well, are all the same. Well, so I say, regardless of whether or not that my person is speaking correct, proper standard English grammar, being the American dialect of such qualities and quantities. But then now that I have gotten the preliminaries out of the way, the basic intro as an introduction. So let me get to speaking upon some such of a subject matter at hand for a topic of discussion to be debated, or given an argument with its many different views and opinions to be possibly affiliated, associated with, and are representing their, regardless of whether or not that my person were to speak upon, some of such, other subject matters, type of discussion, or arguments to be debated in his own right, and give my own views, personal views and opinions. But then, here we go. Do you know that there are many more, many more persons, many of whom are being cloned. That's right, I said cloned. And to complement that being, of which is, you know, the commands or orders of the ruling elite, of whom represent 1% of the world's population, but then owns the majority of the world's wealth. Whereas they want to bump, I say they want to bump off 1 billion persons in the world, you know, by any means necessary. Any means necessary so that they themselves, with the help of the flunkies, can or could possibly be much better able to control the world as we know it. For that is some such given moment in time. And, you know, in conjunction to that being of the proposed plans or program or whatever I said, they want to bump off 1 billion persons in the world. I mean, women. I already said it. That's to complement that. Last minute, they want us to turn over our our firearms. Is what I meant to say. Okay, so that any of us otherwise would be less of a threat onto them in their quest for world domination. And as they will go about it with the help of the military as well as the police worldwide or upon a global or international level. They want us to turn over our firearms so that there will be that many less, you know, revolutionaries fighting against a new world order, you know, a one world government that, being as it is, that would disguise itself as a democratic republic or democracy. That want us to turn in our firearm to the military as well as the police so that any revolutionaries would be less of a threat to the likes of they themselves establishing that being of the same of the demonic one world government or new world order one world government. For that something, just give them more time. And that because the ruling elite, all they're thinking about is that of this world. They're not giving much of any serious thought as to whether or not there is a world opposite this existence. As we know it. That they don't want to, because they don't want to consider the possibility that there is another existence outside of the one as we know it to be for the planet Earth. You know, you're not thinking about things from a long range view, but from a shorter one. You know, yeah. It is what it is, you all. I kid you not. You know. I mean, case in point, like say for example, at one time in my life, I went to a place of business. Like this was like something like years ago. Being a witch, you know, is in due regard reference to that of identities. Does that say identity? Now I'm getting confused. Sorry about that. In regard or reference to that of transacting monetary finances, as in, you know, from a currency exchange to a bank, where this particular one was met the counter and, you know, cash window, you know, and when I see something upon the inside booth of this here person of employee for this financial banking establishment, and I look closer, it was an ID photo of myself, believe it or not. When I asked the clerk in question, Was I was saying, hey, that looks like me. That is me. Can I have that? She said, no, this is not for you. She grabs it and tosses it just like that. And this get me thinking about whether or not I myself had been cloned, somewhere without my knowledge as well as without my permission. You know, it's scary situation, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm yawning, more than a little bit, but I'm tired. I'm just gonna close out, by saying, if you haven't gotten Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I hope that you would think to do so now. While the blood is still running warm in your veins, by recognizing and realizing what He Himself had done or did upon the cross of Calvary on the hill of Golgotha, some at the hands of some Romans, so up on the orders of their superiors, be they religious or otherwise. Modern day Pharisees, Sadducees, or Roman centurion. Then that she went to that cross of Calvary to become or be the perfect sacrifice, the only sacrifice for you as well as for me. You know, so that if any of us, being a whatsoever races in whatever walks of life, fashion of society, lifestyle preferences of the old young life, both two sexual gender, male and female, representing, not only the human species but the global community within this post 911 era, new millennium, is about biblical prophetic times, and what it's doomsday clock is now at a couple few minutes midnight. Compared on how it formerly practiced in a quarter to midnight. Or to profess almost as faked in Him. From there, you will become be blessed one with another in more ways and more. First and foremost, way of salvation, being of which is the only means by which anybody can or could possibly hope to get into the kingdom of heaven. And second of all, with His deliverance. But first, you have to get His salvation before you can get any blessing, being of the most important one. Otherwise, you have nothing coming. If you could leave this world, make the transition for, if and when you leave this world, make the transition for the great beyond and hereafter, your final destination will be the lake of fire of down hell with the rest of the, unsaved, unbelievers, and unbelievers will be tortured and terrorized by the devil and the demon forever, compared to how we as believers will be across that great divide that separates heaven from hell, as citizens of the kingdom of heaven and present of like-minded believers, and having the company of God and His angels. Otherwise, hey, you all take care and be safe, be blessed, not stress if and when you can, could possibly become or be of that status. And I'll talk to you later. Until then, peace, love, joy, happiness. Peace.